everyone. Today I'll be reviewing this brand new series just dropped on Netflix called Sirens, and this series it is based on a book, and this is highly anticipated series. The show does have very high profile cast for this, so when I saw the trailer for this show, of course I was really excited because of the name Sirens. The show's name is Sirens. So for me, silence means, how mermaids are singing their song, and that is what mermaid songs is what I think as a silence. So I was throughout the show, unfortunately, I was expecting the show to be like it will have some supernatural reveal to it, I suppose. That's what I was hoping throughout the series. It's not show's fault by any mean. It's my fault because of the name. That is what I was expecting. But overall, this show, it is not what you think. So this show does have only 5 episodes. So it's really easy to binge. And this show centers around two sisters, Simon and Devon. And we see this show, they have very rough childhood. And we when she was little, Simone, when she was little, she grew up in a foster care because her mom died when she was little and the dad couldn't take care of her. So the big sister basically took care of her, and the big sister, Devon, she gave up a lot of stuff to take care of her. And we see basically when they grow up, the dad has this dementia, and Simon, she's working for this very rich woman named Michaela in this series, and she works in this very, basically this like a weird island, I will say, and this for this rich woman, and her name is Michaela, played by Julianne Moore, and when basically Devon goes to see her there in her island, she finds out that Simone is not what she was, growing up. So she changed a lot. So the show starts with this theme that Devon, I'm like really butchering the name. I'm trying to tell what I think about the show. So overall, this show is not what you think, as I keep saying. But this show is very engaging show. The minute you start watching, you cannot stop watching. And this show throughout the episode, there is this song, and I was like, what is this silent song? That is once again I was thinking throughout the show. So this show, obviously, I am going into spoiler. If you have not seen, spoiler warning. This is not what it seems. Although this show is telling the audience it will be about siren and siren music, but it's not. We see Simon, she's actually very, because she grew up in such a trauma childhood. Her mom was trying to kill her and everything. When she comes to, and I guess the work for this rich woman, it really changes her. And we see end of the show, she end up taking Michaela's place because, that's how poverty is when you grow up from, I guess it's not just going to be for Simon, it's going to be for anybody. If you look like her, who is this young, beautiful girl, she's very attractive. You see throughout the show, everybody likes her, everybody loves her. So I guess this show really showcases, when you comes from this poverty and everything, how it changes you. And when you go to that situation when you have actually time, you have a chance to take over Michaela, who is very powerful, her place through her husband, of course you're gonna do that. It's just a common sense. So yeah, this show's theme is not that unbelievable, I suppose. However, I did like Devon's character. She gave up a lot for her, but at the end, she doesn't get anything back from her. So that is really sad. And I did not feel any sadness for Michaela because she's like this, this rich woman. But I don't get it. In movies or show, you were so rich. How, the minute you get divorced, you have nothing, because she signed a prenup. So she was going home empty-handed, which can be very sad, I suppose. So overall, honestly, I did like the show. This show is actually very well made. The production is just so good. All the acting is really good. But some of the stuff this show does get very repetitive very quickly. As the audience, you do get very frustrated with the same thing happening. Like, Devon is trying to take someone back home, and every time Devin tried to take her back home, I was there thinking, why would she go back to Buffalo, New York? Who will go back? Like nobody. So very, like very unreasonable demand from Devin, honestly. That being said, what was his name? The guy who's the husband. His character was really, I guess he was the interesting guy. End of it, I suppose. Overall, this show is actually very engaging show, but will everybody love this show? I think it depends on your expectation. This is not the show everybody will love, but I feel like this show will be huge hit because of the way it is done is very captivating. The minute you start watching, this gets very captivating for the audience. But the center theme, the Sirens, it gets lost in the show. I feel like, what? Which part of the show tells you they're silent? So that doesn't make any sense. Overall, honestly, I thought the show was still quite enjoyable. Is the show? Did I like it? I would say, like, I didn't like it, but I didn't hate it. So it's still one of those shows. You may not like it, but still very enjoyable to watch. You have to be honest about that. And that was my thought on this. Let me know in the comment what you think about this series. If you enjoyed this review, don't watch other reviews on other show. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe. Until I see you next time. Please take